What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and the V23.20 update has officially released, and with it, while we only got 2 skins, 2 NPCs, and 1 very interesting cosmetic, which I'll be showing you in a second here, we did get a pretty jam-packed update with tons of new content and stuff, so today's video is going to be kind of your news recap on everything that happened with today's Fortnite update, starting, of course, with the brand new skins. Now, firstly, the skin we're using right now is Lucian West. This is one of the survey skins that have actually been one that, the community has been wanting for a while now, and it's officially released. Now, this is a part of that Let's Hunt Vampires set that was teased with the crew pack previously, and it's nice to see it coming to the game. But the only real variant here or change is just putting the face mask on or off. And overall, if we just give a quick little review to the skin, I think it's pretty good, right? I think it's pretty clean, pretty sick and everything, and I definitely could see it being picked up by some people. Now, this will have a bundle version in the item shop when it does release, so you can purchase the skin on its own with the back bling, which I'll go ahead and showcase the back bling to you guys here. It's this thing right here, the little Louis, or you can purchase all the cosmetics in a bundle together for a little bit of a discount, and I do believe a loading screen as a bonus reward. And then the other skin out of this update was the Rift Warden Stellan. Now, a lot of people expected a certain cosmetic that was from the survey images, but that wasn't the case at all, and instead Stellan, aka the Rift Warden, is this character right here, which has this unique little hand effect going on with their armor, which I think is very cool. And then of course you can put the helmet on, and you have this cool little helmet that has the hands and everything going on with it. But this is what the Rift Warden is. Now, of course, this has a loading screen as well, and of course, just like the other skin, it has a back bling, which we can go ahead and show to you guys right now, the Warden Star back bling. But it is a pretty nice set. I do enjoy it, and I think it's really nice to see it coming to the game. And just like the other one, it will have its own individual item shop assets, and then it'll also have a bundle version that you'll be able to purchase. So you will be able to pick between buying a bundle or buying each of the cosmetics individually. Now, when it comes to the 3 other mystery cosmetics in here, we have 2 of them that, make sense. They're NPCs, they're going to be used for some questline, storyline stuff this season that you'll be able to do very soon, which are these hologram NPCs. We have this aim skin right here with, something taped to its head, which I kind of find funny, and then we have a hologram of the Rift Warden. Both of these will be NPCs that you'll actually be able to see in-game and interact with for some questline stuff, but that's all they're really used for, and I do think it's kind of nice that we're able to still see in the locker this hologram effect, and how it actually works on the skins. But the Jonesy you're seeing here is not normal Jonesy. Firstly, when we click on this, I want to mention right now, it does not have any variants. It's not a reactive skin, nothing like that is there, right? It is just Jonesy with a slight change, and they called the skin Indiana Jones. They copy and pasted the Indiana Jones stuff here, right? And while it looks like a normal Jonesy, let me just zoom in. Look at those shiny eyeballs right there. What is going on here? I have no clue. It's just I don't understand this. It's just called Jonesy 3L in the game files, right? And it's called Indiana Jones. It reuses all the Indiana Jones stuff, but it's just Jonesy with very shiny silver eyes, and I don't know how to feel about it. And typically with unreleased skins or, bugged skins that aren't supposed to be finished yet, backblings won't attach to them properly. So let's see. No, backblings work on the skin. That makes me even more confused. You know what? Let's just let this be a thing that you guys have seen in Fortnite's history. And let me show you, for example, if we were to use this skin and put on a back bling. As you can see, it's in the ground because this skin was never made to be used with back blings, but the other one works perfectly fine. So that's just something very interesting to keep in mind, right? So this is the brand new Indiana Jones skin in Fortnite, which will never be releasing, but it's kind of creepy to look at, right? I don't know, the eyes it's so off-putting to me. So let's just go ahead and change off of that skin, and let's showcase this back bling, which is of course going to be an FNCS Twitch drop this season once we get to actually see those FNCS rewards releasing. It's pretty much like the other back blings, but it's kind of like the new bluish purple color scheme, so it's pretty nice, and it is coming to the game. So with that said, and with us going through, the back blings and the skins, something I also want to mention is that it is now confirmed that we are going to be getting 2 Kid Leroy collaboration cosmetics, or I guess, skins in the item shop, and we are getting a real money bundle for a Dead Space collaboration where you will be able to have the Isaac Clarke skin in Fortnite, as well as 2 back blings, a built-in emote, and tons of stuff, as well as the way to earn 1,500 V-Bucks. So we have some stuff coming up here, and you know what, actually, since I'm talking about that right now, let me go ahead and do the live commentary style where we pull up my own tweets here to show some of this stuff off to you guys. So firstly, this right here, which I'm about to pull up if everything looks accurate, is going to be the mesh for one one of the Kid Leroy cosmetics. This is for the second skin, not the main one they'll be advertising, but the second skin. For some reason, the body mesh was not encrypted this update, so we were able to get a good idea of what the actual body of that skin is going to look like, but it is interesting to see how the Kid Leroy is going to get 2 skins in the game, and how we already kind of have a glimpse at what one of those 2 skins actually look like. And if anyone was curious about that collaboration and if there would be a built-in like emote or anything like that, there will be an Icon series emote which uses music from the Kid Leroy and Justin Bieber's Stay song, and if you wanted to know what that actually looked like, right, let me make sure I don't get copyrighted or anything here. This is the emote right here. I'm going to let it play. This was found by Luwani over on Twitter, and this is what the Stay emote will have. Now, of course, it will have music placed over it and everything else like that, but I don't want to risk any copyright, so you can just kind of see the dance moves for the Icon series emote once it releases in the item shop. So if this is something you're excited to purchase, consider using someone's supporter creator code to support them. If you want to use mine is code FireMonkey, #ad, but just use whoever's code you want to use, right? Just support someone at the end of the day, and I do think it's interesting that we are still getting all these leaks. And then, of course, when it comes to that Dead Space x Fortnite collaboration, it is a real money bundle with the description of the following. Isaac Clarke has landed on the island with the survival skills needed. Includes 1 outfit, 2 backblings, 1 pickaxe, 1 built-in emote, and quest to earn 1,500 V-Bucks. The codename for the actual cosmetic is Crimson Peak, and, for the actual backbling, you have the normal Crimson Peak backbling, but then you have one that's related to the Dead Space ship. Almost at Dead Island, because, I'm a fan of both franchises, Dead Space and Dead Island, so my apologies there if I accidentally said that earlier in today's video, but yeah, we get a Dead Space collaboration, and it's very interesting to see how it's a real money bundle that is a V-Bucks quest pack, right? We haven't really seen that, especially with the collaboration, in the longest time, so that's just been something very unique to see with Fortnite. And now, with that said, there isn't really much to talk about with cosmetics that we don't have, that we haven't had in the game right now in my files, but one thing I guess I will show you guys is this. The Mind's Eye Battle Pass backbling now has a new variant to match the actual skin. If we go over here and look at this tweet, there was this variant of the skin, which is the Exile variant, that never had a backbling that matched it. Well, they have added a variant that matches that Exile version, so that you will be able to use the backbling on the skin in both of its different variants and styles. That is just a nice little change they've added this update, and it's something that, is just exciting, right? It's like, hey, if you actually do rock that skin, you have a new reason to rock it. You have something going on with it that means that you have a purpose with this cosmetic. And then speaking of Twitch drops, we also have this FNCS Twitch drop banner, which you'll be able to earn by watching over on Twitch or in Legends Landing or anywhere else that Epic Games does drops, so that is just something else to keep in mind. And then before we go ahead and go back to showcasing the other cosmetics in-game, I want to talk about this loading screen. This loading screen was added at the end of last season, and now it's officially being granted to players who completed all of the Chapter 3 Season 4 Paradise quest. This was found by Infernal Flames, one of the moderators over my Discord server, so thank you to Infernal for finding this, but it is very interesting to see how we are getting a free loading screen, and how they're doing this whole entire situation again that they've done in the past, where they don't even announce the loading screen as a reward or anything, but they give it out to people who completed all of those quests like a whole entire season later. So it is like a little bit of an iffy situation, because on one hand, you're getting free cosmetics if you did all the quests, but on the other hand, they never signified or let you know that, hey, you can get some free rewards, right? So it's a little bit of a 50-50 coin flip on whether community's happy or mad about the situation, but I'll just leave that up for you guys to decide. Now, with that said, let's go ahead and talk about the pickaxes and everything else in game. We have the Westward, I kind of did not read the name fully there, the Westward Star pickaxe, which, has 3 variants here, which is a reactive pickaxe, so you'll be able to choose between fully reactive or not reactive, or, just have it being reactive normally. Here is the swing sound of the pickaxe for you guys to actually hear it, and as you can see, as you actually hit stuff, it becomes more and more reactive to the point where it's just glowing this full red, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, of course, you can have reactive fully on, and you can swing it like normal, have that red effect, or you can have reactive fully off, and swing it like normal, and actually have, like, this golden hit effect instead of right here, where every hit actually has that red to it. So it's nice to see that if you do disable reactivity, you don't even get the red effect, right? You get a gold effect instead that is specific to it not being reactive. And then the other pickaxe we have is the Warden's Oath, which is related to that Rift Warden. This sounds like this, if you were curious what it looks like and everything, and it has this little, like, interesting hit effect, right? I like the little colors that come off of the hit effect, and I think it's a very cool pickaxe, so that's just my own personal opinions on it, but that is something that's going on with it. Now, in terms of other things, we have some new wraps to look at, but I guess, let's just go through the actual sprays this update, because we got a lot. Now, something I will mention here is that these glitch sprays, so the static cuddle spray, the static crackshot spray, and the static batch spray, spray, as well as probably the actual static punk spray we got at the start of the season, are all labeled as competitive rewards. So this means that these will most likely be actual competitive rewards for, scoring 8 points or something in upcoming tournaments or whatever, and there's a chance that Epic Games doesn't release any of these for months on months, right? So this is something that's going on where Epic Games is adding new competitive rewards, but we don't know when they'll actually be available to earn. This right here is the actual FNCS spray that you'll be able to earn from Twitch drops this season, so it's nice to see that they're trying to change up all the little designs and everything going on for it, but that is something going on, and it is another confirmed Twitch drop. But where it gets interesting is these 4 sprays right here. The Under the Teethful Toe, the Sweet Sliced Peel spray, the Chomp Chocolate spray, and the Fox Clan Wave spray. All 4 of these are labeled as upcoming Creative Quest rewards, meaning that you'll be able to do these and actually earn these either from, a website event regarding going into creative mode, or by actual creative mode quests that you'll be able to see in-game in the near future. The quests are currently unknown, but we do know that these are supposed to be creative rewards, so it's just something to keep your eyes out for, especially with the future of Fortnite and how they evolve these actual sprays into actual cosmetics that you end up earning. But seeing that there's 4 sprays, I could highly expect it to be something where it's either a code-based system where you play a map and the code's just kind of hidden in there, or it's a website type event, because I don't think we've really ever had an in-game cosmetic, questline menu thing where the only rewards were sprays. But that is something to keep in mind, how this update they added, the FNCS Twitch drops, they added some, actual cosmetic sprays for creative mode, and then some competitive sprays as well. And then of course for the wraps we have this one right here, which is the Reverberate, which is a very nice wrap, mind you, and everything. It's animated and everything, however it's not reactive, and I think it looks super sick. Now since it is animated, I'm going to show it on some other stuff like the actual boat, because I think it looks really clean on the boat, but all the little waves and everything come off of that triangle at the front of the gun. I think overall though, it's a pretty nice wrap, and it's something that I could definitely see myself using, especially on those old vapor wavy wolf skins that we got a long time ago. I just think it looks very clean, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments down below. Next up we have the High Stakes Protector wrap, which is related to, of course, one of the new skins. And then we also have this wrap right here, which is the Rift Warden's Ramment wrap, which, if you could guess, is related to the Rift Warden. It looks pretty clean, and overall I think the wraps this update were actually very nice, and I'm intrigued in all of them, right? I'm intrigued to buy all the bundles and everything else going on. So when it comes to cosmetics, I think we just got to end it off here and, finish off the cosmetic part of the video by just talking about the loading screens, right? So firstly, the Rift Warden loading screen. I think it looks super sick, all right? I don't know why, just the lighting and everything looks so clean on this loading screen, and I could definitely just see this, put it in one of my favorites and have it on my shuffle, because it just looks super cool to look at. It reminds me of that old loading screen we got a long time ago with the dragon and everything, if you guys remember what I'm talking about, with the Ice Valkyrie or whatever we had a long time ago. It reminds me of that loading screen, and I really do like the aesthetic of it. Next up, however, we have the High Stakes Club Reunited loading screen, which is a very nice one. I do think it's very unique to see how it's another 3D render loading screen, where we have all 3 of the main High Stakes Club members, including the Battle Pass skin and the actual Crew Pack skin, all just hanging out together, vibing and doing their own thing. I think it looks very nice, and it's just, an aesthetically pleasing loading screen that I could definitely see Epic Games using as a promo image for something in the future. We have the A Nights Out loading screen, which is art by Afu-chan, but it's a very interesting loading screen that actually might be relating to an upcoming skin, a part of the High Stakes Club collaboration. Now you see all these cosmetics here, and I know a lot of people have been pointing out the character on the very far right being a potentially upcoming skin, but there hasn't been really anything confirmed with it, right? It's just, one of the characters in the image, but what a lot of people have been noticing and talking about is actually one of the skins right here, and it's actually the person playing the music. That is because we have a concept survey skin right here that you can see that a lot of people have been pointing out to me over on Twitter, which matches the design perfectly. If we look right here, as you can see on the side of the pants or whatever, you've got that little disc DJ effect going on the pants. And then if we go back to the actual image here, you've got kind of the same design going on, and we've seen it teased multiple times before, so it's highly expected that this is going to be another upcoming skin, a part of just, the whole Vampire Hunting Club thing in the very near future, so that's something to keep your eye out for. Now we also have this A New Kingdom loading screen, which is just, the lobby background of the season. It's going to be a free earnable loading screen by doing part 2 of the narrative questline, which shouldn't be available right now as the time you're watching this video. So that is something that you'll be able to earn for free, and it's just a way to reminisce on this season in the future, because I don't really think we've really had that many experiences in the past where Epic Games gave the loading screen, or I guess, not the loading screen, but the lobby background out as an actual loading screen for people to use. And then finally, the last loading screen we have is the winning streak one, which is an FNCS Twitch drop that you'll be able to earn in the very near future. I think it has a very nice aesthetic, and it's nice to see how Epic Games is continuing to promote FNCS with these very uniquely drawn out little loading screens and stuff like it. Now this one is made by I don't know who it's made by. I was hoping to, give credit to an artist here or something, because typically all the drawn ones, like for example the Afu channel one right here, it says art by insert person here, but this one just doesn't have it at all, so maybe it was like an in-house loading screen or something by Epic Games themselves. But overall, I do think all the loading screens this update were pretty cool. Now, other than this, I guess the things we should talk about are just kind of, just some rambly stuff. So let me just go ahead, back out here to show you this real quick. And let's go ahead and talk about some other stuff. Firstly, the Falcon Scout is finally findable in-game, and you will be able to use this in your matches. It's found on the ground, in Oathbound chests, normal chest supply drops everywhere else, and it has a lot of uniqueness going for it. You can use it to actually ping nearby enemies, but also you can use it to pick up downed people, right? So if you have a teammate or an enemy that's downed, you can pick them up with the Falcon, and you can just carry them away like a UFO, right? It's like a mini UFO in your inventory. Now, Epic Games has also confirmed that this Falcon can be used infinitely, right? So once you have it in your inventory, you can continue to use it, meaning that it most likely will have a cooldown and stuff as you use it, but it was added to the game this update, and it's available for you to use. Now, keep in mind that it does have like a whole Wi-Fi bar thing, so you won't be able to take it and just fly it to the other side of the map. You will have to keep it in a nearby range, but it is something going on. We also have some new augments added this update, being the Danger Hero one, which makes it so you briefly regenerate health and movement speed when your shield breaks. We have Pilly's Plunder, which gives you a treasure map. You have Shotgun Striker, which gives you Shotgun Siphon. You have Rarity Check, which makes it so you gain Siphon on eliminations with common or uncommon weapons. And then you have Zero Chance, which means that you will gain 0 point dash whenever you break an enemy shield, meaning you can double tap the jump button to dash forwards. These are all of the new augments that have been enabled this update, but also the other augments that were disabled in the previous update, such as the Party Time one with the balloons and Aerialist with Glider Redeploy, have also been re-enabled for you to use in game. And speaking of things getting re-enabled, if you like the My Hero Academia collaboration, Deku's Smash Mythic has been re-enabled in the game, and has also been added with support for Solid Gold, so you can find it once again, right? You can use the My Hero Academia collaboration Mythic once again in the game and have some fun with it. So it's nice to see that Epic Games did decide to bring that back, especially after all the bugs and everything originally, and especially after the fact that the collaboration is kind of gone right now. So I highly expect it just to be something that stays for the remainder of this season, and is just something for us to mess around with and use. And speaking of augments, Epic Games has actually made some changes so that they can modify how powerful specific augments are, only in competitive modes or only in normal modes. So if they want to buff an augment in a normal mode, they can do it without buffing it in a competitive mode. And if they want to make it so a certain augment, like, a siphon augment or something, does less siphon in certain modes, they now have the opportunity to do that via hotfixes and everything. So that is a nice thing going on. Overall, though, we've just kind of had a, just ton of stuff thrown out there for us, because, we've been getting tons of new stuff added to the game. We've had the Falcon Scout, we've had all these changes, and this honestly was a pretty good game update, to the point where we also got the Big Bush Bomb. Now you might be wondering, what is a Big Bush Bomb? Well, basically it's a grenade that you throw it on the ground, or you throw it wherever you want, and it makes a big bush. That's all you need, right? You just get a big bush, and you can even place it on vehicles, right? So if you want to drive around a truck with a giant bush on top of it, you can do that because you got the Big Bush Bomb. Now, there's going to be some daily challenges relating to just using this Big Bush Bomb, so it's just something to see, but it's something I'm excited for as a bush camper who camps in bushes whenever he plays a normal match because he likes hiding for like the top 10 or whatever. I'm excited, right? I find it to be a funny little thing for them to add to the game. But that is something that I just thought was kind of funny to talk about that did get added to the game this update. And then, when it comes to other stuff, we also have a situation like this right here, where we got the Renegade Shadow NPC added to the game, and it has some extra little like dialogue and stuff. It has a mention of Wildcard and how Wildcard will apparently betray Aura and Diamond Diva. So there's some interesting lore going on there. But yeah, this was a pretty jam-packed update to the point where I'm able to make like a 20-minute video about it, and we can continue rambling on about all this stuff if I really wanted to, but I don't want to keep you guys here forever. So, you know, as we're continuing to have login issues or people are getting disconnected trying to log into the game, the last thing I will say about this update, because I've already talked about like all the creative mode stuff and all that stuff happening, is we got Save the World news. Now, I know that's crazy, right? Well, we got a new zone in Save the World, which is this area right here, and we got the Autumn Queen as an actual NPC. So if we actually scroll up here through all my tweets and everything, you can see I made a lot of tweets about everything. When it comes to Save the World, we didn't get the new UI. It is still being worked on. It looked like they updated some UI files this update, but they are working on some other stuff. So we kind of got, you know, the search for the Autumn Queen questline in the game. We got a new area in the game and everything like that, but we also have the, you know, like the Mild Metals Venture returning. We got War Games. We got the Blockbuster questline, Lunar Llamas, and then a bug that got fixed was just, you know, just an issue of rewards not being granted. So overall, you know, kind of a smaller update for Save the World, but still a pretty big update for all of the core things, right? You got a lot of new stuff in creative mode, you got a lot of new stuff in Battle Royale, you got a lot of new cosmetics. Well, actually, you got a decent amount of cosmetics, but I think they're all pretty cool cosmetics. You got like an actual decent update just overall. So, you know, I would love to hear in the comments down below if you watch this far in the video. Firstly, the keyword to prove you watched this far is peanut butter cat. I don't know why, just make that the keyword for the video, right? You know, if someone doesn't understand what peanut butter cat is, that's on them. But also, I want to know, what do you think about this update? Now, obviously, I wasn't able to cover absolutely everything that was added, but I do think I got a majority of the stuff, right? And I do think doing this live commentary style allows me to do more than just rotating skins around in the locker and showing just that, because it allows me to talk about a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And you know what, as one little bonus topic that I just thought about before ending off this video, Epic Games has begun to work on adding hurdling to Save the World. So, you know, whenever you're sprinting in Battle Royale right now, and you go to actually hurdle over a small object, you know, the thing that's had a lot of bugs or whatever, well, they're planning to put that in Save the World, so very soon we'll be having even more of the newer movements from Battle Royale put in the other mode. So it's nice to see how fast they're working on all this stuff already, especially for Save the World, and you know what? I'm excited, right? Now, when it comes to the Kid Leroy stuff, we will be having some quests and everything to go along with it, and it will be a creative mode concert. But other than that, that's pretty much all you need to know right now regarding this update. I hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. If you did, consider subscribing and support the content I create. And with that said, I'm leaving you with Indiana Jones, so look at him in the eyes right now, and peace out.